Hi everybody. Um, Julie and I were talking over the phone about some simple card making and how to's and how not to's. And what we got to talking about was that there's a lot of people that want to know how to make cards but aren't quite sure where to start. And so, what I wanted to show you was how you can start with a very simple and basic concept, and then you can build up on that concept to make some really, really beautiful cards. What I'm starting with, and what I wanted to show you is just starting with 3 types of paper, 2 cardstocks and 1 pattern paper, and then later on building in a second pattern paper, building in some pre-made embellishments, and then building in some handmade embellishments, and then using some basic stamps. And then also adding other embellishments, like this is a Wink of Stella. Also, you could do the same thing with glitter or any other type of pen or marker. Okay, so to get started, I want to show you, I'm not going to go through all the processes of how to make a card exactly, but I will explain to you how I did my sizes and how I did some of my things. To do a basic card base, a lot of people have different sizes they use, A2, A, well, whatever. I'll tell you what, throw that all out the window. The easiest way to go, start with an 8.5 by 11, cut it in half this way. It gives you a 4 1/4 by 8, or excuse me, it gives you a 5.5 by 8.5, and then you fold the 8.5, and that gives you a 5 1/4 by, excuse me, 5.5, I'm sorry, by 4 1/4 card, which is absolutely perfect for any card making. Okay? And that's what I'm going to start with as my base. And all of my bases that I'm going to show you are going to be based on the really heavy red cardstock and then accented with the pattern paper and the pink. And let me show you what I've done. Okay, the first very simple, very basic card is I have my pattern paper as my background. I stamped an image onto a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 embellishment piece, and then did another sentiment, and that's it. I haven't done anything. I've just cut squares and stamped. So all I needed for this was my cutter, my stamps, and that's it. Okay? And I have made a very basic but very cute card. There's nothing wrong with this card. Okay? Now, go an extra step. And this is what you do. Add something simple like washi tape as a nice little accent piece. I've matted my pattern paper with a 1/8 to 1/4 inch border with the pink. And then I have fussy cut my heart and matted to bring it up and pop it up off of this pattern paper. And then I have just cut the little corners of my sentiment in, and then made it look like a ticket. And you can see it's relatively the same thing. I've just added a little more, a little extra time, a little extra effort. Same thing, same thing. Now, if you want to go the extra mile and you have things like store-bought embellishments, you can take it a step farther. Okay, another thing that I've also done with this one is I've thrown in and added matching pattern paper. Everything you see here is all one collection. This is all from Recollections. Everything coordinates, everything matches. Okay, the 2 pieces here, again, I've matted my pattern paper, and then here's the washi tape. Very, very sweet, very nice. Again, they're both very good. This one's the extra mile because you have the added embellishments that are professionally done. Okay? If you don't have this, that's fine. You can make your own. Again, going back to your stamps and then going back into your different types of dies and things that you have. I die cut my sentiment. I added Wink of Stella all the way around. I left I wish I could show. I left my piece on there and then went ahead and distressed inked everything in there. I've distressed inked all of my edges for just a little bit more finished look, a little more blending, a little more compilations. I die cut a piece, added a little Prima flower, a button, and some baker's twine. That's all I've done, and I've added that, and I have changed my card from this to now homemade, handmade this. I had all these things in my stash. I have them all over my place and whatever else. And I've added that extra glitter. I glittered a couple of little hearts here and there just to kind of bring that out a little bit. A heart here, 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 you know, and then again with the inked edges. Just a little bit of stuff going the extra mile on what you can do. All right, another thing that I do and that I have done with mine, again, going the extra mile, is I make all my cuts nice, straight. I use my cutters and everything else. Julie had mentioned that some of us are having problems with our cutters. And I don't blame you, I know that's the case. And let me show you what the main problem that people are having is. This is a typical cutter that most people have. This is the Fiskars cutter. This is the one that has the little wire base in it, and it's got the two edges that the blade slides along, and so on and so forth. There are mistakes that people make with this cutter. First mistake is they're not getting it all the way, butting it up against the top to this guide rail. Okay, that's mistake number one. Mistake number two is that when people are running this blade, all they're doing is just holding it like this and then just running the blade. That's not going to get you a straight cut, and it's not going to get you a cut that works properly. If you want to get a straight cut, butt it all the way up against the top, put it down, hold on to this and press down, but also press it to the left side or to the right side, one way or the other. And then what that's going to do is that's going to run that blade properly, and that's going to give you your straight cut. And then you can go back in and you can see there's my straight cut. Okay, different cutters are going to act differently on you. It all depends. But for me, I have found that pulling the blade to one side or the other is good. With this one, a lot of people are saying how their wire gets frayed and everything else. That's because you're pulling it to the right. Normally that would be fine, but when you pull it to the right, the edge of your blade that's running against the wire is actually running hard against the wire, and it's cutting your wire. That's why your wires are breaking. So stop doing that. Try pulling it to the left if you can. If you are left-handed or whatever else, then push it in to the right and do it that way. Typically that's how I do it. I just, for showing sake, showed you the right-handed way. Alrighty, I hope that helps. And again, it doesn't take very much to go from being a simple card, a simple card, to being a little bit more, and then a little bit more personal. Okay? That there is absolutely nothing wrong with this. People love simplicity, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to show how you could add just that little bit extra just by changing or doing something as simple as a matte, fussy cutting, or adding some sort of extra little feature or embellishment. I just wanted to show that. It doesn't have to be something fancy like with this one with baker's twine. It could be a string of yarn. It could be, you know, buttons. You can find those all over your house.